Hey, Kefnet. Happy Sunday. What's up, buddy? Yo, Cryptus. How you guys doing? Hey, Queen on, Blackheart. Oh, you missed me. Thanks, man. I was my wife's birthday yesterday. It was trick or treat the day before that. It was a crazy weekend. I am alive. About to get ready for work. Oof. I gotta do that tomorrow. Hey. Hey, Jean-Philippe. Will do, Queen Om. Thank you, thank you. Did I have a good celebration? We did indeed, man. We did indeed. We were watching another video about the CZN drama. It's wild, isn't it? Like, everybody in the world loves that game until you go into Korea and they are like losing their damn minds over it. I'm nervous about it, right? Because they say they're going to like redo the whole ass story, and that's a huge amount of development time, like months of development time, which concerns me for how that's going to impact Epic 7. Now, of course, they're going to say, oh no, it won't impact Epic 7 at all. Just like Path of Exile people said, oh no, all these changes to PoE 2, it's not going to have any impact over development of PoE 1, right? I don't know, I'm a little nervous about that. I hope it doesn't slow everything down. Any chance you can do Hall of Trials today, please? Need some ideas? Sure, we'll take a look at it. Oh, and the goat. I've not been on eSum for like a month because I've been addicted to BOTW, currently doing Champions Battle, also trying to learn the Breath of the Wild. The new one of it come out. I've not cut my ears to the track. Hey, a save. What's the drama? Standards, you know, some of the same old, right? Oh, you're using AI for everything. It's so obvious. The art, the localizations. Why don't you just admit you're using AI for everything? And they're like, no, we have multiple artists working on different parts of the drawing, and it gets piecemealed together, and sometimes things look different. We have localizers that we give pretty much free reign to, and you know, maybe we should have followed up on what they said because it wasn't in line with what it should have been, so it looks dodgy. And then they made the biggest mistake ever. They said, we do use AI in like the early like templating of the game to like kind of lay things out, but that's just in the theory crafting phase of it. And that from that point on, you know, no AI is used. It's all human drawn. But of course, you admit to using AI for anything, and immediately they're just going to assume use it for everything. So I kind of wish they hadn't done that, but here we are. And there's accusations of like extremist political groups influencing the development, people throwing hand signals and gestures that are basically like, you know, gang signs for these different extremist political groups. And then basically a lot of people in the Korean community not liking that Owen gets all the attention, that he gets all the ladies. They don't like it when they get their waifus get NTR'd by some NPC. Because there's, I don't know, I don't want to call it small dick energy, but there's a lot of people who just don't like that they aren't the focus of the waifu's attention. So that's a big big point of rage evidently on Reddit, and so they're rewriting, and it's evidently different, right? It's in the Korean story. In the Japanese story, it's much more focused on you, the player. In the Korean story, it's much more focused on Owen as the goat, and they don't like that, so they're going to like rewrite the whole thing to be more centered around the player instead of around Owen. There's a lot of people saying that the story wasn't dark or edgy enough, that it wasn't, wasn't as horror themed as they expected. I don't know, giant freaking kaiju looking monsters eating people isn't dark enough, but whatever. So they said they're going to rewrite the whole thing, redo the whole story, all that kind of stuff. And it's got me worried because it seems like a really, really good game. And I'm worried they're going to take this much time off of developing the game, probably developing Epic 7, probably developing all Smilegate properties to rewrite something to please people when the product they got is by and large liked by everybody. But, it's the vocal minority, I guess. I wouldn't say it's the minority in Korea, but globally, everybody's loving the game and having fun with it. And a lot of those people are now suddenly very nervous that things are going to grind to a halt or get changed. That's what I'm gleaning from it. I'm peripherally aware of it. And I don't know. I ain't happy about it. But it is what it is. Sounds more like a culture issue. It could be. I don't know. Korea's side of the CZN story is different because the original story writer was bullied by the team until he quit, and then they changed until no trace of the original writer remained. I heard some of that too. I know like a lot of the writers are, came and went, and there's a range of stories as to why that happened, ranging from creative differences to better job opportunities to bullied until they left. I don't know what's real, and I'm not going to farm the drama on it by assuming. I'm just disappointed that it's an unfortunate situation. The game did make 6 million total first, but that was a bit of it, but it was out in October. That's real good money. We'll see how it holds up. If everything gets stalled to a halt while they address all this, it's going to drop. Hey, Just a Space, thank you for the resub, buddy. He's texting me. Hang on. Oh my God. Election day here in the States in a couple of days, so every 5 minutes I'm getting a text telling me to vote for somebody, driving me nuts. It's very, very reminiscent of Epic 7 in 2018. Right, Rez? Right? The CEO apologizing, becoming a tradition with these Smilegate games. All the way back, man. All the way back to 2018. The same guy who had to do the apology video had to go to that freaking, some call it a town hall meeting. For me, it was more like a public flogging where everybody went there to yell at Smilegate until the developers ugly cried on stage. Same guy had to go out there and apologize. I feel bad for Smilegate, genuinely bad for them. They bring a lot of stuff on themselves. Don't get me wrong. We'll call it like it is, but it doesn't seem like they ever get a shot, right? Every time they come out with a product, it's like people are like, well, we've been waiting for this. Let's go get them. Situation is stupid. I ain't gonna go so far as call things stupid, especially, I'm never gonna tell, especially when there might be culture involved, right? I ain't gonna tell, I don't know. Things mean different things in different places, right? There's a certain symbol that you go throwing around in Germany, you get thrown in jail, but it's a common symbol in India. And I'm not going to tell either side that they're wrong and that they should just open their minds. Cultural differences are something you need to be aware of and be respectful of, especially when you're interacting with other cultures. So I ain't going to call a thing stupid just because it appears stupid to my Western sensibilities. I'm sure a lot of stuff that we do over here, like basically anything with our politics and medical system, looks stupid to everyone else in the world. I think it is a very non-serious situation to find themselves in where this, okay, look, Korea is very, very, interwoven on, we talk about cancel culture here in the West all the time. It ain't nothing compared to what it is in the East. If you don't have the backing of your country, your business is going to fall down hard. Korea is very, very, interwoven in reputation. Most Asian countries are, but Korea exceptionally so. So yeah, if you guys realize that they run news segments on gotcha games. It's esports and gaming and stuff. That's a part of their culture. Like football is a part of Dallas, Texas's culture. And saying it's just football can actually get you punched in the face in some parts of Texas, right? Other parts of the world, they even play that game, and they think it's kind of stupid that we like have to actually grease the poles in Philadelphia during football games, because if people win or lose, people scale the damn telephone poles while they're rioting and burning couches in the streets in celebration or protest of the win or loss of the football game. Is that stupid? Yeah, it sounds pretty freaking stupid, but that's the local culture. So yeah. Getting way off topic. What happened? CZN's on fire. Sue did a video about it. So did Genozod. Go check it out. But yeah, basically, people in Korea aren't happy with the story and flow of the game and are making noise about it. Smilegate is scrambling to apologize and appease everybody they can appease to try to keep everybody happy. And you know what happens when you try to please everyone. So it's sad because it's a game people really, really, really like. And the people who just love the game are concerned about what this might be for the future of the game. We're looking back at what happened to Epic 7 and how rough, you know, Epic 7 had this conference in 2019. It was very, very similar situation, and they spent a year fixing it, and it was a very unpleasant year. And eventually they rose above it, but it wasn't a fun time. It's a shame because the game is really fun at its core. I agree. One of the nice things about Smilegate is, more so than any gaming company I've ever seen or represented, they really care about and listen to the community. One of the problems with Smilegate is they really seem to care and listen to the community. Crazy how the Owen situation overshadows the real concerns. Yeah. Ooh, we got a vote. Okay. Okay, hang on. Let me put 10 points in everybody first, and then we can go back and figure out who is going to win. Felipe, thank you so much for the sub. Appreciate the 10 months, or the 2 months, buddy. Thank you so much for being a part of the community. Okay. Ooh, Veritas and Fulmina. No, this isn't a fight I wanted to see. Guys. Yeah, Palladia, we're gonna put 200 in Palladia. It's only a 1.1 to 1 ratio, so it's not going to be a good payout, right? I'll get 240 out of it. It's not a good payout. I'm just going hard with Fulmina, man. I've been riding this guy's train for a while now. I'm just going deep. That's a lot of points if they pull it out for me. I love my Veritas boys, but let's see who else. Necro's probably going to win, and they're not going to pay shit. Palladia and Cataclysm. What do you guys think? Palladia's probably... Oh, yeah, Palladia. Talentless. I don't know this Japanese server, but We'll put 100 on talentless. I've just been spamming left side. A lot of people just spam left side, which actually helps you out if you know somebody on the right side is going to totally dominate, because everybody just goes and clicks down the left side and runs their odds up. It's always good to see your favorites on the right side. I'm going to go with fleet, and I'm going to put 100 on fleet. Momo Land will get 50. And I don't know either of these, so I'll just go with the odds on here. And Firefly and Critical. We're going to go for Firefly because they should have gotten a second season. There we go. Predictions submitted. You got to look at the odds, guys. Look at the odds. You go all in on somebody that's only a 1.1 payout. You put 1,000 points into it, you get 1,100 out of it. These guys win. I'm 7.6 to 1 odds. Sometimes you got to look at the odds and maybe do a little bit of investigation. All right. What do we buy with these points? I'm actually decent on Molagora. Screw these. Screw these. What's in these boxes? Oh, yeah, these boxes. It was all these boxes, right? Let's see, do I care about any of this stuff? I mean, it's kind of criminal to not get the Molagora. Even if I'm full, you never know. I don't know if 2 Galaxy Summons worth 1,400. You guys think? Or should I just stick with the boxes? 1,400 points for 2 Elsons. Should I get them? Let's get them and spend them right now. Let's see if you guys steered me right. Surely. Oh, it's a 4-star. Moon Bunny. And go. Yeah, it was a waste of 1,400. 1,400 for 2 ML rats. Instead of a rat, I got a rabbit. Okay. No one's buying these. No one's buying these. No one's buying these unless they're new. No one cares about these. No one's buying these. Got unlimited of those from the guild. Better to farm. Okay. All into the boxes, guys. Let's go. Bam! All right. I guess that's not super exciting. Yeah. Ugh. I'm just saving. I'm saving till next week until there's things worth buying. And then I guess at the end, we'll just spam buy these charms. Solve some of our right side charm problems. Oh, Heart of Orbis is open. $400 taints to cleanse. Something good. Ew. Why are these S tier instead of D tier? We need a D tier for those. They pop up super often and are useless. Wow. For being level 11, This is a lot more Bs than I expected we'd see out of level 11. Fuck these boxes. I guess some leaves to start. See what I mean? How are these an S rank when they're that effing common? Nobody cares about those stupid boxes. It's not real. It's not real. It's not real. You can't tell me these things aren't B rank to pop up this heckin' often. What the hell? Come on, Smilegate. Put these in B where they belong. There's no way these are S rank. Wow, was that awful? Oh well, we got 20 leaves so far is the best thing on the list. I don't know. 10 of these boxes I might consider over 20 leaves. Oh well, maybe tomorrow when we get to cleanse some more. We'll have to make a short of that and send it to Smilegate. You got the base necklace on yours? Yeah, I don't like the gear. Let's see. Let's get some hunts done. We're gonna do one into Wyvern. I'll get 8 boxes next week from the Petal Exchange. I don't even buy. They're just not worth it, man. There's no value in them at all. Oh, good. Constellation's up. We can go do that. Plus 15 gear. The plus 15 and the plus 9 gear is really good. The rest of it, I don't trust. I get 50 leaves over everything else. The mana reset ones, I don't think are worth it. Mod boxes, I buy the hell out of. I use the hell out of those mod boxes. Give me a second, guys. Recording some data. There's 8 mod boxes. I go through, I mean, because those mod boxes are, because the gear enhancement system sucks in this game where you're not guaranteed for it to go up at least 1 level each try. Sometimes you sit there and you use 10,000 of those boxes to change a 4 into a 5. Hey, Tristen, want to look at my RT? I'm slowly getting to Masters. I think I have enough. Yeah, you got plenty of time, man. Just keep grinding it, man. Remember, Tuesday, 11:01 Eastern Time PM. That's your last fight. Once you're in Masters, never have to go in again. You want to, oops, I meant to take a picture of that. You want to look at this number right here. When this 12D, when this changes to 2D, 2 days, 23 hours, 59 minutes, that's fine, you're in. As long as you've done a single fight, your fight ended when this said 2D, then you don't have to do any more fights, you will keep your Master's rank. So that's what you want to wait, you want to do. You want to do a fight like every other day, every 3 days, until you get to that day, and then you grind your way into Masters, and then you walk. Never touch it again. Don't risk losing a fight and getting knocked out of Masters, or knocked out of Masters. Yeah, dude, you're close. Keep the faith, man. You'll get there. I am first pick, so you do not get Zeo. Oh, no, Setska. That's crazy. How about... What's the reward difference between finishing gold and masters? Gold gets a whole bunch of what do you call those things? Gold gets a whole bunch of conquest points to spend in the arena shop. Masters gets no conquest points but gets the Selene skin. What am I doing here? How much speed have I got on my GRAS? 100. Oh, that's Bellion. Oh, he picked him. He shaded out. Where is you, Ras? 176. There's the stats. My GRAS is built for damage, not for tankiness. Most people drop about 40 or 50 crit damage off of them and put like 5k health on them. So, you know, a little bit of a difference. Let me see. Search. I knew I should have freaking picked that Renok. It's going to be tough without Renok. Or with that Renok in play, because I got a ban last, I suspect. I'd probably do like a green, I don't know, there's lots of things you could do that could counter me here. Could I share my ML Auden? Sure. Oh, interesting. Do I care? Do I care about this? With her new EE? Let's see if she really is a counter to this. I can't quite see Lady of the Scales. There, I can see. You got to make sure, right? Like this, I couldn't see Lady of the Scales' thighs. So I got to move like this. Now I can see her thighs, which means I'm going to win. You got to think about these things. People like teach you all about RTA. They don't tell you about this kind of stuff. Wow, my Setska just outsped my my Alots. That's kind of weird. Okay, so we're just going to S1 here. Proof of Valor, right? Nice. Chip down Proof of Valor. Go ahead, hit me, because that's a thing. Surely. Is this a non-attack skill? Yes, it is. I don't want to do that. So let's just S1 here. Okay, and now this, I push you to the front of the line. And then you cannot escape my sword. See, that's the problem with units like Momo, is you don't have to push buttons. Now this stripped my strays, which can be a problem. Except that 15% of that shit. Oh, he's so mad right now. He is so mad. That's right. It's a 400 effect resistance. 400 effect resistance strays, trust. God damn, he's mad. Sometimes you're the Cooker batter, and sometimes you're the Cooker baddie. That Lulacar almost outsped Strays. I know, it was tight. What's the least complicated team to play to grind a Masters? Probably made Ruel Setska, and then you just throw like Genesis Ross or Freerin in there on top of it, and pre-Bambellion. I mean, it sucks, right? It's just be a cringe lord. Made Ruel Setska. If you first pick those three, you're basically going to win, or your enemy's going to say, "Fuck it, I'm out of here." And then just some really good strong bruiser, Freerin and what's her name? Freerin and Ross are probably the easiest access ones. What's my Alot speed? Like 301, I think. Yeah, 301. You see my Ruel? Yeah. What's... This fight is still going on. Holy shit. Okay, sorry. I'm over here grinding basically Abyss and Summoner's War. This fight has been going on now for about, if I were a betting man, I would say at least, well, I started before stream went live, and stream's been live now for 30 minutes. So it's been ongoing for over 30 minutes. Hey man, if you can't beat them, join them. My maid? Yeah. I went with a fast maid. There's several ways to build maid. I think this is a good bulk line for 260 speed. I think if you're going to drop to 240 speed, you add about 50 more ER and some more speed to her. And if you are going to drop to 220 speed is when you add a shit ton more ER on her and start adding effect. And if you're going to run her on counter, I think you want to be at least 200 to 220, and you want to stack a little effectiveness on her as well. Because the whole point of counter maid is to try to get some bonk stuns. And some of the dumbest things I've seen are maids that look like this on counter set, and they've got no effectiveness. I'm like, what the hell's wrong with you? So, like, if you're going to go with a counter... Yeah, don't build them. If you're going to go counter, don't build a maid like this. Okay? The ER is decent. The bulk is fine. The speed's a little low. But if you're going to do counter, why are you doing 9% effectiveness? You're not going to stun anything. Almost everything has at least like 15, 20 effectiveness or effect resistance. So make sure if you're going to go counter, you nudge that up a little bit and get your effectiveness on the board. I do not have any effectiveness gear. Anyway, you can see why I didn't bother with an ER. This is actually not terrible. I just need to go through the pieces and find what I can mod into effectiveness, right? Where I can get a little bit more effectiveness on this unit, because 26 just... Maybe I could mod that defense to 14% more effectiveness, and I could mod this flat defense to... I don't know if that's... Yeah, that's 14 effectiveness there. Give me an... Yeah, I think if I modded both of those, took my defense down to around 1400, this would be fine for a counter build. But I'm not a slow player. I'm a fast player. I'm an aggro player when I have to be, and a cleaver when I get to be. So the fast maid works really well for me. So attempted to buy Ruel from the shop and become one of the Ruel candle villains. Yeah. Ross Ilanov made... Build your Ilanov kind of like this. She doesn't have to be on protection set, but it's nice. It's a nice bonus. But if you have to go like HP sets or HP crit immunity, you got to have immunity. But if you need a triple set and go HP crit immunity to make it happen, do it. But try to get 100% crit chance and stack HP and defense to the 9s. And Genesis Ross is got a couple different ways to be built. I went full on damage. I think a lot of people are building Ross. I think people are building Ross a little bit more like this. A little bit more right side than left side. They're going like full tanky, so he sticks around longer and he's harder to kill off quickly. He doesn't do as much damage, but he does enough damage, and that's fine. Do what works best for you. Left is a much more aggressive Ross. Right is a much more turn 2, tank down, sustain style play Ross. And neither of them are wrong unless one of them is... you don't build the left side if you play like Sue. You don't build the right side if you play like me. You got to decide how you want to play, what teams you want to draft them in, and figure out which side of these two you want to be on, or if you want to be hybrided somewhere in between. And the best way to figure that out is to build one, try it, and see if it works. You're like, fuck, my Ross just keeps dying. I can't get him to take turn. He keeps dying. Well, you're playing too slow to build a Ross like this. Build more like the other way. My Ross is 26k HP, no Hua Young can kill him. There you go, Rastafarius. He found that if he goes less than 26k HP, he's running into Huas that are executing his Ross, so he's built around that. I'm always a little bit jumpy when people say, hey, would you show me your XYZ unit? Like, this is built around how I play the game. I need to finish her off. Because we're going to build super nasty proof Arunca on... let's just go ahead and do it. I don't know if I'm ever going to use her, but let's go ahead and do it. So, let's see. Oh, crit is the way. I like my damage dealers to do damage. That's just kind of the way I am about it, I like my damage dealers to do damage. Hey, Mr. Joe 5K. Thanks for the raid, brother man. Hope you had a really good stream, man. You were playing Epic 7? I thought this was a dead game, man. Do I think Proof of Valor is good for ML Ilanov? A Proof of Valor ML Ilanov who does have crit chance, run with Maid and Ruel, is one of the crappiest ways to get to Masters, and it works. If something's working for you, don't let anybody tell you it's wrong. I think there are other units that use Proof of Valor more, and there are other good artifacts that you can put on Empyrean Ilanov, but yeah. It would definitely make her hard to kill. And a self-sustain unit that self-heals and self-cleanses, having extra bulk on that, pretty sexy. Plus, Proof of Valor gives her almost 1,000 additional HP. This is a... This is a modern Empyrean Ilanov, right? It's the full tank down in Ilanov, but with 100% crit chance. You're not really worried about crit damage. I just dropped about 3,000 health off of her in order to get a crit chance neck, right? She used to look like this. Yeah, she used... Hang on. Yeah, there we go. She used to look like this, right? A whole lot tankier. And then I found that having that crit chance on her, even though it was only 200% more damage, it was still enough that she was able to solo in fights where she wasn't soloing before. Doing double damage, which 200%, that's double damage, is really nice. So I went ahead and dropped a little bit of bulk and took my full tank Ilanov into a hybrid Ilanov, one who could do a little bit of damage. I didn't care a rat's ass about crit damage. That's just what landed there in order to get the crit chance on her, and I've enjoyed this. The alternate version is a full damage Ilanov, where I do care about crit damage, and I'm using Elbrus to try to capitalize on some counter damage, and she slaps. But she's more fragile, right? She's got 3k less health, 200 less defense, and 20 less speed. So she's way hecking slower. No Arius on her. I usually have Arius on other knights that I run with her. I might make this one into a full tank Arius Ilanov. Because why not? I got 3 of these damn units. But do you really need 100 res? If you're going to play standard, if you're going to play tank down, a little bit of res on her is nice to keep her from being controlled by annoying, pissant units. It ain't going to stop any real stuff, but it's going to stop like FCC from S1 controlling her, right? You got to build around how you're playing her, where you're taking her, and what you're running her into, and be aware for weaknesses. I can't get the stats I want and have effect resistance. Besides, you've heard me say it before. Effect resistance is a made-up stat. It doesn't really exist. It's a scary story made up by turn 2 players to scare cleavers, and I don't really believe it exists. I like a little bit of ER on my Arunca. I dropped her HP in order to get it. I might run her back up to 4k defense, though. Instead, this one's kind of hybrided, right? This one's bulky, but with damage. So I might run her back up to 4k defense, make this one strictly damage, and make the new one, strictly tanky. We need a skin for Illy. I love her default, but she could use a new look. Yeah, she'd be a good one to give a skin to. I don't disagree. I still think the unit that needs a skin the most, more than anybody, is Silverblade Aramentha. I mean, I want you guys to look at the eyes and the hair and the jawline of Tenebria here. This is a 2025 level art, Epic 7 art. Now I want you to look at Silverblade Aramentha and how it almost looks like, you want to take your glasses off and clean them because they're cloudy. How pixelated and blurry it is. They did great art in 2019, but their 2025 art team is a whole other level, and she really needs a glow up. She really needs to be kind of brought to current, because it's like watching something on a standard monitor and then getting an OLED monitor. It's just so much better now. And I really think Silverblade needs a better look to her. So she's my number one ask for a RTA skin. What were we doing? Oh yeah, we were farting around with Boss Arunca. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to build her and still have gear for other people. Let's see. I have an extra Remnant Violet as SSS. Should I go for counter or speed on Violet? Current one is Lifesteal. Lifesteal or speed. Those are his only 2 builds. Until they come out with a thief artifact that gives you some form of sustain or lifesteal, then Riposte Set will be real on them. SBA is fine, to be honest. She just needs a touch up, man. Like, I would even be fine if they just, like, revisited and reworked her existing skin and cleaned it up, you know? Made it... Damn, Arunka. It's fine, it's just dated, right? Don't worry, they'll give us a shitty 2-piece HP... Leech HP set. That's like mini lifesteal. You know, honestly, that would work too. Okay, manage, recommended, not counter. How about... It's not terrible, guys. It's not terrible. Can I do something about this on prot set? Hang on. I'm just going to give her this temporarily. What if I change it? I don't think I've got the depth of prot set to do this. God damn, that's horrible. Yeah. Ooh. That's not terrible. It's not great, but I mean, just for leftovers, not taking gear off anybody, I'm sure Fribbles can do something better, but this isn't bad. What's a new green perdition team that sends Charles to the permanent bench? I got you, fam. Oh, sorry, green. So you're talking about going against Aquina? There you go. All you need. He could be 85% crit chance because you've got elemental advantage. Double-edged decrescent's nice, gives him extra chances to counter, though he doesn't really need it because of the counter buff. Vivian doesn't really need time matter, but I guess it's a thing. This is just my normal clearing story Vivian. Nothing special about her. Rowana just needs 6 pieces of gear. If you can put her on a counter set, it's even better. Counter set would be ideal for Rowana. Get more counters off. And Fenris. Honestly, this is just my Expedition Fenris. Yeah, I'm not going to change anything. Everybody's just my normal usage build. So let's just run it. And leave everybody's skills on. And there you go. No Charles. Full auto. Pow. Why does... because you see the moon phases up here? Every time you do a counter, watch, counter. You see how the moon phase dropped from 50 to 30? Now, Ervalin's got the counter buff, so he does pretty good at keeping that up and running. But if you have a counter set on Rowana, it's just 30% chance more to keep those moon phases down, and it eliminates any RNG with not countering enough. Watch. 40% counter down to 20%. If Rowana had countered at some point in time, that moon phase would already be eclipsed. It just makes life a little bit easier. 30% down to 10%. And that's just it. I don't understand why you're using purple items on heroes, because sometimes they roll really good. A really... Okay, so it's eclipsed, and you notice when the moon is eclipsed, the Aquina gets a slow debuff, and it makes it so much easier to kill it when she's got a slow debuff. So you want to maintain that eclipse as much as possible so that you can keep the slow debuff on her. Really good purple gear is better than really bad red gear. Does that make sense? Over 7 years of playing this game, I've got some bangers that are purple. Now, I'm not entirely sure why blue gear still exists in this game. Pop, come on. We need one more counter, and we can get that slow debuff, which makes this a lot easier. And counter down to 10%. Extra hit for Mr. Fenris here. There we go. Slow. Notice the slow debuff on Aquina because we got that extra hit off of Fenris. Hit him hard, Fenris. You're ramped up on your Dux Noctis. Woo! It was a lot of damage. Bam. So I hope you guys like this team. It's very consistent. It uses standard builds. You don't have to build anything. The only thing you have to build special for it is a decent damage dealing Urvalin. And you can make up for Urvalin's gear not being that good by doing things like putting Vivian and Rowan on counter set to maintain the slow debuff even more. So you have plenty of turns to kill. But look at this. I mean, there's 4 turns left on the bar and she is dead. 3 turns left on the bar and she's dead. She has 5,000 health left. Dead. Dead. All done. So there you go. Ew. 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 Okay, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Blessings of the stars. Let's see. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh no. Gave up on the attack. I could have done even more. And the speed, I could have done so much more. Oh, wow. Guys, think how much cleaner that would have been if I'd actually filled out my Zodiac. High gear score purples? Nah, fam. I'll show you better than high gear score purples. Tell me that purple piece is bad and I should just sell it. Where'd it go? Yeah, should I sell this purple piece too because it's purple? You know, sometimes you get some bangers, right? There you go. 22, 20, 22, 21, 21. It's a 257 speed Zeo on all purple gear without speed set. Wait, let's go ahead and just make it right. So I gotta find purple speed boots. There we go. 283 speed Zeo on all purple gear. See, this team requires you building Urvalin, but it doesn't, Joe. This team requires you going to Grace of Growth and putting Urvalin on Grace of Growth. Not running Perdition. I've already beaten Perdition. There's no reason to run Perdition a second time. Perdition is a once a month thing. There's only one reason to do Perdition, and that is this little scroll thing here. The first time you beat Perdition, you get the extra currency. But I've already done it. And this resets every season, which means this isn't going to reset again until February or March. And once it does, then I'll do Perdition again. But there's no need to do Perdition a second time. It pays exactly the same as Nightmare. This battle pass is the only thing Perdition gives you. So once you beat Perdition, you just do Nightmare. And if you can't beat Perdition, you continue to just do Nightmare until you got your Blessing of the Stars all filled out. Because some of these things make Perdition, like Constellation per difficulty degree, decreases speed by 50% on Perdition. So yeah. You keep doing Nightmare until you fill out your tree to make Perdition easier. And once you make Perdition easy enough, I'll unlock the rest later. Once you make Perdition easy enough, how much does it take for that? 5,900. Okay. Then you can go back and do perdition, maybe in November, maybe in December, maybe in January, whatever it takes to get this tree all filled out. Now, a lot of us like forced perdition early because we just wanted to. We thought it would be fun. You don't have to. There's no prize for doing perdition early. Well, I mean, other than you get that currency early. And remember, when you do go into this shop, don't buy any of this garbage gear. Okay? Don't buy any of the gear. You just buy the charms every day. You get the charms and the mola if you're starved for mola. If you got over 90 mola, I think you skip the mola. And I find accessory charms are harder to get, so I just buy the accessory charms. But now that I'm starting to get low, I might get the equipment ones as well. But I can farm equipment charms in Eulogy. There's no farm for accessory charms, so I stockpile the accessory charms. I am not saying, Luigi, that the gear can't roll good. It can definitely roll good. I'm just saying 500 currency for something that could very easily boom and roll like 5s into health, 5s into attack, and then 3s and 3s down here and just wind up being garbage versus this stuff, which is always needed. Nah. It depends, I guess, where you are in the game and how important this gear is to you. This is still going on floor 100, guys. It has been doing this for almost an hour now, and it's still on the same stage. We can't kill each other. This is wild. I'll have it target one person. So, yeah, I mean, you do you. Right? You know your account better than me. Don't let me tell you where to spend your money. Okay? If you're sitting on 1 billion charms, but you don't have any gear, that's fine. But if you're like, I farm all this gear and I don't have the charms to level it, well, then why are you buying more gear? If you got tons of gear and no charms to level it, why are you buying more gear? Manage your resources better. Buy the thing that you need the most. Focus on your biggest return on investment. Yeah, the gear changes every month, it seems. There was something that was weird, right? There was yeah, this Destro armor is really freaking weird. Really, really, really weird. Please nobody buy this. I suspect Smogate's going to patch this. This can't be intentional, right? Aria armor, surely. All right, guys, what else we got? This one is still just the Fene show, but for those of you without Fene, this works just fine. Literally, just take these units in. I got a whole ass video up on how to do it. It's really simple. For those of you who don't have Fene yet. For those of you who don't have Fene, who the hell did you use your selector ticket on? For the love of God, go pick up Fene. Did they all go in the storage? Ugh, do I even need them? I don't even really need them, do I? There's one. I'm not sure if this will work. Hopefully it does. Why is he oh my god, that Phantasm's geared. Oh my god, they're all gear holding. Son of a bitch. Okay, how about by combat points and by ice and by reverse combat points? Okay, you're buck naked, so you're fine. This is stupid. Hey, Tristen, Fern has a place in Fire Expo right now. Awesome. I was wondering about that. What happens when the 2-month ends for Constellation? Reset the tree or Constellation? No, it resets the gear. New gear comes out. Your tree stays the same till the end of the season, and the season doesn't end until like February or March. I'll mess with that later. I'm already bored. Okay, let's go look at Holo Trials before I decide to go do something else. Holo Trials. Okay. What is the story? Place a ranger in the front. Form a team with Covenant here, so no MLs. And we gotta have a ranger in the front. Health and speed of allies by 3%. Ignores ER. When the boss is exhausted, hero in the back row is a ranger. Grants assist ranger effect. When the hero grants assist ranger ends the turn. Focus. Increase combat readiness. Sharpshooting effect. Increase the damage dealt. Alright. What are people doing? Who's the golden child this time around? Holy cheating. Give me a second. Okay, cheater reported. Okay, we're using Yuna. Ooh, green Bologna. Fun. Yeah, totally legit. No ranger on the team, except for Flan. Yeah, I'm sure it's totally legitimate. Oh, is that green Euphine? Holy crap. Her portrait looks so different with her skin on. How you purify the garden on the new story? I have a whole ass video up on that. You're talking about the one where it's you gotta click on the thing where you smash versus you don't smash. So what you're talking about, Fuski? The one where there's like the tombstone off to the left and you read the thing. If that's the case, read the thing and then look at the description of the other thing. Like one of them says, I prayed at Zahak's grave, but the tombstone says Zio's grave, so they don't match. One says an empty table and the description says table with a teacup, so you smash that one. One says there's a pile of dirty clothes and beside it's a pile of dirty clothes, so you leave that one alone because it matches the description. So just it's really as simple as that. Yes, they'll reset the tree when there's a new season, Freakers, which will probably be in March. It's kind of like the way they reset the battle pass in Rift when there's a new Rift. You're talking about this part, right? This part right here, right? Now I can go get me a... Oops. See, it's like I saw a pile of clean clothes. But then it says pile of dirty clothes. So they don't match, so you'd smash this one. Oof, I was hoping it would stay unlocked. Nah. Nah. Not unless they change their mind on it. Alrighty. Let's just copy what other people are doing and then feel our way into it. So we'll go with Una and Bellona. And we'll go with Hades. And they're using Queric for the silence. Is there a reason why we shouldn't use Euphine? My Euphine is... Okay, my Euphine's a 7%, and my Queric is a... Yeah, my Queric doesn't have any imprints on him. I'm going to use Euphine, guys. Okay, you we're going to want as fast as possible, so recommended high speed. This is fine, we don't need any ER. That's not bad. Let's do that. Best chest piece. No chest piece for you, Fiend. Topless. You got it, Beardy. Okay, and for a... Let's give you Whistle to give everybody more attack. If we have to change it to a healing artifact later, we will. But we're kind of going in blind here. All right. And your healing is based on your own HP, so we'll leave your self-imprint on. Bellona. Give you... Yes, Cruel Mischief. And... do I have the number 2 one? Because I like that one. Yes. Cooldown reduction. And... we'll just make you base speed and nuclear. Don't need any effectiveness, just... Destro, go. Yikes. That's okay. That's okay, let's run that. Okay. Una. I don't know what to do about Yuna, so let's leave her alone for right now. Except let's give her an attack boosting artifact. We can bloodstone her if we start running into trouble, right? And Euphine. Probably fine. And you can have Cosm. Where is it? Wait, click show common. There it is. Increase damage dealt, 35% extends buff duration, or increases rewards. Yeah, that's what we want. And give the attack to everybody. Yuna, you give shit. That's okay. Health to everybody is fine. Katie's is fine. Bologna's fine. Okay, let's see what happens. Gotta turn auto off. You know, Queen Om, I don't disagree. I love freaking Expo Sweep. Okay, get rid of this BS before it starts to hurt. Just hit 95, 90, 85. 80. 75. 70. Ow. Ow. 65. Okay, I think we're okay. I think we can heal up next turn. Euphine has silence. Up here. Oh, I should have saved that for in the break phase. That was dumb. Okay, silence. And that makes them pop. And then pop. We're in the break phase. Okay. That's to myself. Okay, I can never remember how this works. Giant space panty laser. Yeah, provoke or silence. Heal up. Might as well do this. Chop, chop, big damage. Need Bologna to get another turn. Do I have enough juice to get another turn? I think I do. This. Buff up. Giant panty laser. Ah, shit. So the Euphion's too fast, or the Yuna's too fast. We gotta slow Yuna down. Because Yuna's gonna wreck it here. Yeah. If Bologna could have gotten a hit off of here, it would have been choice. Okay, so we gotta slow Yuna down a little bit, and we're good. There we go. This game is really cool. Started yesterday. Rip your free time, Mick Earl. But it is. The early game experience of this game is so good. I'll get this back in plenty of time. I'm just gonna go ahead and pop this up early. Maybe we can get some extra points. Just a little bit, right? One hit, two hit. May as well do the big hit. 3 hits. 4 hits. Gives me into that. Good to know. 5 hits. And that is 60%, so we're good to progress into the break phase. Oh, may as well reset my S2. You get those guys all angry. I will heal and cleanse the poissons. Euphine screams at them. Ah! They pop, and we're in the break phase. Okay. Non-attack skill. Boop. And giant space panty laser. Did you see those panties? If you blink, you miss them. Okay, let's S3 to get the focus up. S1. S3. She should lap around, be able to do her S2. Chop here. S1. S2, so I'll be ready to heal when I get out of the break phase. And smack into an extra hit. Shit. Euphine screams Baka if you're running the Japanese voice pack. No way. You're lying, Jacko. That's wild. So I'm doing something terrifically wrong here. Because my score is really heckin' low. Is Yuna supposed to be in the back and Bologna in the front, guys? It's okay, Freakers. That's why I do it. You're not ready to do your thing. I'll be able to heal next round, so we'll just S1 here. Ouch. S1 here. We're below 60, so we're good to go. S1 here. Heal up. You had Fena in the flat and Asflan in front. Okay. So let's switch it. Let's switch it just to see. We exited with 3 million. Let's see what we exit with this time. Guys, we're making progress, by the way. There's only 3 bad guys left. If you can see it. Chipping them away. Hour and a half I've been on this floor. I wonder which is gonna happen first. I beat the floor or my phone battery dies. I can't believe the Unipanty thing is real. I just saw it on pause and it's cursed. Shooting Star Arcades also shows you her panties. I think when you beat it, it tells you how many turns. How long have I played that game? Like a week. Chop, chop. Mac. I'm going to S3 here to get my focus up early. This is a great idea. This is going to let me hit twice in the break phase. I love this idea. So I just started. They're doing a special tournament thing that I'm a part of. Somebody who's never played the game, who plays other gacha games. I'm competing against Life, Elf Mage, and Sekapoko from Genshin. We're all paired with coaches. We're going to do a big tournament on the 19th. Huge cash prizes. Heal up. Okay, S1 here. I can safely S1 here and not overload my focus yet. S1 here. And then S1 here. And now you push them up. Euphine screams, Baka! And we're in the break phase. Okay, I think this is perfect, guys. She cuts. Gets... Oh, shit. Okay, we're going to have to wear the poisons an extra round. It is what it is. The S2'd. Okay, so we S1, smack into an extra hit. S3 here. Blammo. Good damage. Heal up. I gotta put some giga damage on Yuna too, I think. May as well S3, big points. S1. S2 myself. S2 here. That gave her a focus, and it gave her this. Ah. And the additional skills in AoE greatly... There it is, there it is, there it is. Okay. So I needed to sandbag. Wait, nope, it's perfect. S1 into an extra attack. Oh my god, we figured it out, guys. Literally double the last score. We got to put some stupid damage on Yuna, too. She's contributing way too much damage to have her build as shitty as she is. Okay, Yuna. Let's pimp you out. First of all, let's give you a real artifact. So, how about... Ooh. That's 16% damage boost. This increases 24% attack. So this is 36% attack. This is 24 attack, but also 24 crit damage. This one's going to be better. And we need to give you Destro, and I don't care, and no speed. Don't care about any of this. Go. And of course, it's taking gear from Bologna. There really needs to be a way to lock heroes out, don't you think, guys? How about with an attack set? We take it. That's perfect. Wait. Shit. Torrent. That is also perfect, and it doesn't take anything off Bologna, and we'll fix Euphine. Euphine doesn't really need gear. Okay. And Euphine, is HP not too low? We will find out. How low was it, now that you mention it? Nah. It'll be fine, right? Surely. That'll do, pig. That'll do. I see you over there writing fanfic, Cranked. Done with tower. Who is healing them? We need to focus the fucking healer over here. Who's healing? Just poor fucking healer. That's why it's taking forever. Is this all healers? No. I'm still fighting the same 3 immortal hecking units, and it all just comes down to me keeping them stunned long enough that they don't heal themselves up. If I manual it and chain my control a little bit better, because like the stun and the freezes are going off at the same time, worst case I'll manual it, but for now it's okay. Lost track. Heal up here. Cause smack. Smack, smack. What's up, Malvero? Good to see you, buddy. We S3 so we can get that hit off early, right? Smack. And another smack. Need 2 more hits for the break phase. Ouch. Ouch. CZN is up. Really eating my time. I understand and empathize with you, man. That's why I'm not able to play it as much as I would want to, because no free time. 1 hit and this hit, and now we've got enough to push the break phase. We'll just S1 here. S2 myself so that I'll be able to heal the poisons. Yufine goes next, perfectly timed. She screams, Baka! And now we can heal the poisons. Freaking perfect. I'm going to have to change to the Japanese pack and make that like a redeem on the channel where people can have Yufine yell Baka. Okay, let's do this to tack up. Giant space panty laser. Smack into greatly increased damage on S3. The number of freaking debuffs on this unit in the back. Check it out. Look at all those debuffs stacked on that one unit. HP bar still not moving. I need to get some kind of heal blocker on this team, I think. What are we doing here? S1 here. Fire 1 focus. Fires 1 focus. Okay, we just S1. Shit. I do this and then I cut. Yufine, you're screwing this up. Yufine's freaking screwed this up. Ah! The tuning on this is going to be rough, guys. The tuning on this is going to be rough. The score is higher, but I should easily have gotten over 10 million. Because what I wanted to have happen there is I wanted to have my Acades S2 Yuna, so that Yuna could S2 again, giving Bologna the extra buffs that Bologna could hit. I need to speed Bologna up just a tiny bit and slow down Yufine just a bit. Yes, yes, Crank. That's Hall of Trials in a nutshell, guys. It is all a giant speed tuning game. Bring back the free run Holo Trials. I miss the old Holo Trials. I really do. It's also just the, yeah, Saria, it's probably going to be all built around Saria when she releases on Thursday, right? Oh, I miss the freaking Infinite Sirmia exclusive equipment procking. That was the best. Scream. Push phase. Non-attack skill to give Bologna the big old buff. Might as well do a giant space panty laser. Wish you could see my Empyrean Ilanov build. I don't know what to do with her. I'm so confused. Give her immunity set. First things first. She has to have immunity. Next, stack as much HP on her as possible and give her a little bit of defense, right? Like at a ratio of 2 to 1, right? If you got her at 1,000 defense, she'll need 20,000 health. If you got her at 1,500 defense, you'll want 30,000 health. I mean, not quite. I'm being extreme here, but kind of that ratio. Pay more attention to HP than defense. Try to get her to 100% crit chance if you can. If you can't, don't sweat it. 60, 70, 80% crit chance, that's plenty. You just want her to crit more often than not so that she can help carry the team if she's the last one alive. And that's really it. If you can manage to get protection set on her, that's wonderful. If you can't, it's fine to go immunity set, crit set, HP set, do a triple set combo, do double crit chance immunity, do double HP immunity. Immunity is the only thing that's non-negotiable. You want to have immunity set on her. And eventually, once you get better and better gear, try to nudge a little bit of effect res on her. I don't run any on mine, but I hear it's pretty nice. Smack! That's basically it. And for an artifact, you could run Arius if she's got a lot of HP. You could run Elbrus if she's got a lot of crit damage. You could run Rise. You could run Proof. There's a whole host of artifacts that are good on her. Let's get rid of these poisons. And hang on. Yuna. We're too early on. I got to do this to myself. Do I have to use Yuna? I don't think so. I think everyone's going to wind up ditching Yuna for Elder Saria. Unless Saria doesn't have a non-attack skill. I can't remember her kit. Okay, smack here. And smack. S3 is not attack. Yeah, so everyone's going to ditch Yuna for Saria. Okay, check it. I'm going to S2 my Yuna. Surely this isn't going to backfire. So that she can S2 to do this. Give focus here. To S1 to give focus here so that she can S1, bam, into an extra attack. That's the combo, guys. We got the combo. Look at that score. It's all about stacking freaking, getting Yuna lined up with Acades. Yeah, this just needs to be speed tuned. Oh, man. I hope I got my S3 ready. I'm going to be riding some Venoms. Ugh, okay, it's fine. She'll lap, and cleanse, and we're good. Couldn't Leica be a pre-Saria alternative to Leica? I guess so. All of Leica's stuff is like centered around having target, and since you can't get target on him though, you're not really gonna do much damage with her. I guess you could. I'm just not sure if she's gonna do more damage than Yuna's gonna do. That space panty laser hits like a truck. Chop. Just an S1. We'll stall around S1. He's moving fast now. I want to make sure I get this down to 60% while I can. Guys throwing snot on me. Stop hitting Yuna. Smack. Okay, we're down to 60%. We're good. S1 here. Chop, chop. Acades cuts. Acades cuts. Shit. It's fine. Well, S3. This is fine. Dog in a burning restaurant, fine, guys. He does this. Bologna S3s so that she's ready inside the break phase. I S2 so I'm ready to cure the poisons. Oh my god, it's close. Oh no, she's not gonna cut, is she? Eupine? Ah! It's fine, 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 it's fine. We're in the break phase. Pop and pop. These guys can't kill, they only do a percentage. We heal off the BS. We're golden. Unfortunately, we've got no attack buff here. I'm going to S2. I'm going to S2. I'll S2, that way I don't waste the hit, the focus hit. We S2 myself. You do the non-attack skill, give the super buff to Bologna. Giant space panty laser. This isn't perfect. We're forcing some things, but so far I think it's okay. Okay, we got the damage boosty thing, so smack into an extra hit. We also had to use her S3 way late. How long until her S3 is back? Yikes. It's okay, this is fine. We S3 ourselves. S3 here, chop chop, more hits. We S2 Yuna, I think. She needs one more turn. Oh, guys, this is awful. Okay, I should lap, right? I'll S2 myself. We S1. Fuck. We're not going to make it. S3, and friggin' Eupine ruins it. She ruins it. Damn it, Eupine. Oh, guys. I get this speed tuned, and it's going to be elegant, and it's all going to get thrown right out the window for when Elder Saria comes out on Thursday and changes it. So this is how I got my score to the number 2 spot. If you guys want to replicate it and you guys want to get on the board, you can tune it a little bit better and get your score up there too. That guy's a dirty cheater and we reported him. It's not going to be on there for long. There's nothing magical about that team. You know, I'm saying that, but I haven't tested it. But it looks like a cheater. Right, because it has to be a ranger in the front. Like, it has to be a ranger in the back giving power to a ranger in the front, right? Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I don't know. I'll test it, but it doesn't look legit. Oh, wait a minute. I'm just realizing it's not even 155 million. It's 155 billion with a B, not an M. I don't need to test it, dude. That's a damage hack. He's using the damage hack. The account will be banned probably tomorrow when Smilegate gets back to work on Monday. That account's going to be gone. But yeah, guys, if you want to do this and get your Hall of Trials out of the way, this is how you can do it. Okay, you can replace Eupine with Coeric. Whether you use Eupine or you use Coeric, doesn't matter. I just went with Bufine because I've got the higher imprint, and that'll that helped me out more getting a higher attack imprint. Whoever's got the better attack imprint, go for that. But if you guys think that Elder Saria is not going to completely change holotrials, you've not been paying attention to how Smilegate handles selling new units into holotrials. So if you want to wait until Thursday, see what she does, that's great. Otherwise, there's my guide on how to do it. If you just want to get it out of the way and not mess with it again. So for the units, we're going to run Green Bologna. You just stack as much damage on her as possible. Cruel Mischief Artifact, 100% crit chance. Ideally, you run her number 2 exclusive equipment so you can cycle the cooldown on the S2 a little bit faster. That makes life a little bit easier with trying to protect her extra hit. You know, you run as much damage as possible. I think I need to adjust her speed a little bit to speed tune her in to make things work a little bit better. You could try running Candlestick on her to cycle her skills, but I really like the fact that her giant space panty laser does serious damage, so I put her on Frantic Flight for extra damage. You need her at 90% crit chance if you're running Frantic Flight because you get 10% with this. As far as an exclusive equipment goes, the one that makes the panty laser hit harder is, of course, the best. And Bufine is here just to scream at the ads and make them explode. She is our AoE silence unit, so she's not really here for damage. I put her on a damage set because a buck's a buck, but what's important is that she is the slowest unit on the team because you do not want her to take turns. You want her wasting time in the break phase. I gave her an attack boosting artifact. To be honest with you, I probably should have run what's it called? Warhorn on her for an extra 2.5% more attack, but hey, it is what it is. Dragon's Roar, increased chance to silence 15% is pretty much required. If you don't have this exclusive equipment, go use Coeric. You gotta silence. You need to make sure you stick the silence or provoke. If you want to use an AoE provoke unit, that will work as well. And Baka Hades is the principal healer. Remember, her heals scale off her own HP, so stack as much HP as you can. You want her as fast as possible. The faster the better, because you want her to cycle her skills so that you can choose when to heal the enemy. So that you can choose when to heal and when to reset. I put her on Whistle for an additional chunk of damage. And I left her imprint on because I want her heals to be stronger. You're going up against a lot of damage, so you need to be able to heal. And that's it. That's the whole team. All right, guys. That helps me record the intro. Okay. What's up, Epic 7? Welcome to this week's Holotrials video. This week's Holotrials video is a quick little sneak preview in how to do we got a TTS. Give me a second here. We were so close to getting a perfect penta roll. Oh no. What happened? Okay, not gonna lie, that's a cool looking helmet. Yeah, the effectiveness kind of blows. You want to make Chloe that slow though. Who wants this helmet? Who wants immunity HP that needs some effectiveness? Looking like an FCC piece to me, guy. Looking like an FCC piece. What's up, Epic 7? Welcome to this week's Holotrials video. This week we're going up against the Rampaging Death Dealer Ray. The trick this week is you need Silence or Provoke on the team, 2 Rangers, and a good source of healing. It's not hard to do, especially if you cheat and get 155 billion. There is a damage hack that exists in the game where the guy is basically intercepting a packet, modifying the data, and sending it up, and it will 100% get your account banned. They do this BS to like test the water to see if Smilegate is still looking, or if they found a clever way to get around their bots so that they can do things like inject 40 speed pieces of gear and other ways to cheat. Smilegate is very good at catching them, and they don't last for long. That score is not real. So this is the team that we used for our score, and this is how to do it. Now, before we get too far into this, I am going to drive this point home. Hall of Trials is always about selling the new unit. Elder Saria is a ranger with a non-attack skill, and that's what you need in the back row. So Garen heckin' TU. The top 100 scores are all going to center around Elder Saria being in place of Yuna. So you're probably going to drop your Yuna, put in Saria, and run this again for an even higher score. But if you just want to bang it out, get it out of the way, get it done, and not have to mess with it for the rest of the week, this is the team. All right, guys, that's enough for me to put my video together. I appreciate you. 155 billion. At least he's a level 70 account with a recent ML5 unit. It's always best when it's like non-awakened original Ross, like the original Ross, and it's level 50 with this score. That's usually what you see it. I don't know, man. I don't know. She might replace Bologna. That's a good point. Let me insert that. When Elder Saria comes out, she will probably replace Yuna because she does have a non-attack skill, but if her damage is through the roof, then she might replace Bologna, and you'll just run Yuna in the back. We'll have to see. Wait, does Saria run on focus? Saria is a focus unit, isn't she? She is. I'm sure she is, because we were talking about, yeah, so she'll replace Bologna. Because everything about this is all like, when you do the thing, you get additional focus so you can do the thing again. Yeah. Okay, let me re-record that. I will warn you that towards the end of this week, Elder Saria is going to drop. Saria is a focus unit, so Saria is most likely going to replace Bologna. So Bologna is a good alternative for those of you who don't pull Saria, but I guarantee you the top scorers are all going to use Saria because that's what Smilegate does. They come out with a new unit, they use Hall of Trials to sell that unit. So people who really want the high scores, they got to go in hard on the new unit. If you just want to get it over and done with, you don't want to mess with it, or you've decided to not pull Elder Saria because you're saving for limited units because you're using your head, then this is a way to do it without feeling like you got to pull the non-limited unit. Be very careful about that, guys. Limited units galore coming up. Saria is not a limited unit. Anyway, that's the team, and this is how it's built. And that'll segue me into my builds, and that should be that. All right. I got all the day to record it. Poof. How many limited units are we expecting? Minimum. Well, I mean, we know that Race Car Cigarette is coming out. She's been teased. We've seen her animation and stuff. We know Biblis is on deck probably within the next couple of months. She was the other art unit. We know that Race Car Cigarette's coming out in November. We know that never in the history of forever of Epic 7 has December ever happened without a brand new limited unit. So we expect a limited unit November, that's brand new. A limited unit December, that's brand new. We know that Child Senya came out about this time, about December of last year, so we expect young Senya to be rerun. That's a third limited unit if you don't have her. Afternoon Soak Flan's banner is currently up. That's a fourth limited if you want to count that. Right now, exclusive equipment have been released for Lulakar and Laya, who are both limited units. Why would they release exclusive equipment for units that players don't have access to unless they're planning on running a custom group summon, which lets you choose up to 3 limited units on a custom banner? So that's 7. that are likely to happen in the next 3 months. 6, 5 to 7, depending on how you treat a custom group summon. Oh yeah, and Shio's pointing out that the China winners, they got units coming out as well. Probably those will release closer to Lunar New Year, Shio. That's usually when the China server units drop. Kyra, everything in this game is bait. It's all bait. Everything is bait. Here's the thing, right? Saria is a cleave unit. If you're not a cleaver or high-end aggro player, like if you don't already use strays on people, you probably don't care about Saria. She's probably a big skip. I'm not even kidding. She's for people like me. She's for people that like enjoy cleaving and aggro. And if that's not your jam, if you're enjoying this current meta, if you're slapping candlestick on your Ruel, if you're building your DPS tanky Ilanov, maybe she's not for you. At very, very, very least, if you're on the fence, give it a week and see how other people use it. Well, I pull, of course I'll pull. I just said she's my kind of unit. But at least wait and see how she tests out, see how she looks. And if you watch other people use her and you're like, oh, damn, that looks like fun, I want to do that. Well, then you go do a thing. But yeah, don't go selecting strays from your Moonlight selector if you play the game like Sue. You'll have no use for them whatsoever outside of hunts. So that's my take on it. Give her at least a week. In a perfect world, give her a full ass 2 weeks, because her banner will be 3 weeks long, I believe. So wait until like halfway through that second or third week, and then you can kind of see what's announced down the road. That way you don't spend all your bookmarks pulling her, and then the following week there's a news drop and they say, limited cigarette, who is everything your account could want and everything you're missing to achieve in this game. Sucks that you spent everything you had on Saria. Here's some packs. You don't want to be in that boat, right? So yeah, that's my advice to you is just wait and see, especially on a non-limited unit. Give it a little bit of time to make sure that she's right for you, that you've got the gear to build her, that she is your play style, and to give yourself a little future sight of what's coming down the road. Don't be me. Don't have a button pushing compulsion. Don't be the guy who goes and pulls 2 frickin' ferns and then finds out later she's terrible. Let other people like me make the bad mistakes so that you can spend your money and resources in the right spot. Thank you, Smogate, for not making Elder Saria work with Ruel Maid. We will learn about Cigarette before Saria banner ends, right? I wouldn't bank on it, but maybe. One would hope. So you're saying me missing on Fern is a good thing? I'm saying it's not a bad thing. I will never say missing out on a collaboration unit's a good thing. Right now, she's not good. Right now, she doesn't have a use outside of like Wyvern and Expedition, which already like everyone's like, she's really good in Wyvern, who isn't? She's really good in Fire Expedition, who isn't? But she saves a few seconds off on those fights. But here's the thing, all it takes is a mage artifact that gives some self-sustain. A mage artifact with built-in lifesteal, and suddenly she's terrifying. Remember how Summertime Assaria was a garbage can unit that wasn't good anywhere, and people were advising people not to pull her because she was useless, and then a few weeks later Ran came out, and suddenly Summertime Assaria's stocks shot through the roof? Sometimes all it takes is for people to figure out a tech, or for a best friend to be released, or an artifact that takes it to the next level, right? Bellion sure got a breath of life back into her when 3F came out. Bellion was just like a counter pick when you need to get rid of souls, but other than that, she wasn't that good. Then 3F came out and suddenly Bellion's really heckin' good again. She got an artifact that synergized with her. It kicked her up a whole ass tier. They can't ever directly buff Fern, but they can give Fern what she's missing in the form of artifacts and companions. And, yeah. I got 2 Ferns. Maybe someday I'll be glad I have them. People said AU Fiend was trash on release. That aged like milk. Yeah, except in that situation, they were wrong. And people figured out how to use her better. In this situation, I don't think people are wrong, because this is about the time when people started to figure out that Fiend was really good. It's not that Fiend got an artifact that suddenly made her better. It's not that she got like a best friend like Ran who suddenly made her better. It's just that people didn't understand the kit and then they figured it out. Karena was never good. It's just people underestimated what a defense buff would do with Rocket Punch. But yeah, it's people looked at Karena's kit and they didn't consider what that artifact would do when it synergized with a defense buff. Yeah, people saying Albedo was bad was born of people saying Albedo was boring, and then people just went and started mimicking that, and it became a meme to say that Albedo was bad when she was never, ever bad. Yeah, Bystander needs a buff, guys. Remember the Bystander needs a buff? That was a wild time. Bystander needs a buff. ML5 or Wanda. ML. I clicked it too fast. It heard me say ML, but not 5. It is not Shu. Whew. Okay, we're targeting somebody else. Everybody hit this person. Remember the Lua buff? Oh my god. Everybody's saying Lua needs a buff, and we're over here like, no! And they're like, okay, fine. If you say so, we'll buff Lua. And then she destroyed everything. I don't miss that unit. I'm not gonna lie. I abused the hell out of her. She got me a frame one season, but that was not a fun time to play. I pulled Hua, and my friend was like, oh my god, you got a 5-star, that's nice. And I was like, no. Fire Hua? Don't hate on Fire Hua, she's great. Cannot escape my sword. You know what? This would be faster. This would be faster with Charles instead of Vivian. And we don't use Loser Charles anywhere else, so let's use Loser Charles here. This should be faster. Charles is insanely strong. Check it out. He jumps in the air over the enemy's head, flies around the planet to get back in front of them again so he could land in front of them. right? Do you think Hua pre-nerf would still be viable in a current meta? I think Hua pre-nerf would be the meta. I think pre-nerf Hua would still dominate the game, and anybody that says differently is got a very short memory on what a unit that self-barriers that thick, that large barrier every time she hits and can penetrate like that. The only thing that would stop her is warfare rules, anti-penetration. The only thing that'd stop her. Dude, she one-shot Banshee. Hua Young, a fire unit, she one-shots Banshee. Pre-nerf. I've heard a lot of like, oh, she wouldn't be very good in today's meta. I was like, I think she would have more counters in today's meta. I think she would be somewhat manageable, and she would still erase any unit in the game. Unless you had anti-pen. Yeah, I think it's an L take to want her legs to be remended. Here. But that's just my take. I think for April 1st every year, for April Fool's Day, Smilegate should, for one day, reverse every nerf in the game. Just for one day. Bring back Rock God, give us full-formed Hua Young, let Falcon Artillery have infinite turn cycling, all of it. Just revert, for one day, just reload the old system and give us all the original kits just for one day. If anything, just to remind people of why the nerfs were good. I think that would be amazing. What a fun day that would be, right? It would be chaos, right? People be using Jadewind Scorpion to one-shot Abyss 100. They should give the whole, oh yes, the Holy Trinity too. Oh my God, I didn't get to play. The Holy Trinity got nerfed like a week before I started playing. That would be great. Any guide for trials? Trial of Constellation? Trial of the Constellation, Nightmare level, as free to play as possible. There you go, guys. All of them. How to do all of them. And, here's how to do Magnar with no Fene. Here's how to do Perdition. Here's how to do all of them on full auto. In case you can't do free to play. So yeah, the green one is full. Get this down here. So the green thumbnail is full auto. The red thumbnail is Perdition. And the blue thumbnail is Nightmare free to play friendly. And this one's how to do it for the 5 of you who still don't have Fene. And I'll probably put another one up showing like some ridiculous stuff, like how to beat it with the doggos and stuff like the 2 gold doggos, and then Watcher Shuri and G-Perg. That's a fun team. It goes live tonight for people who are subscribed to Patreon, and it goes live tomorrow for everyone else. All right, guys. I think that's all the Epic 7 I got in me today. I need to go and do my summons over on Raid. If you guys would hang out here even just for 15 minutes, because you guys send me all kinds of good luck when I do summons, and I could really use some good luck in Raid right now. So give me a second to fire that up, and I would be much obliged if you would just hang out with me just for a little bit. just for a little bit. We can still talk about Epic 7. I'll still leave the game up, and I'll still show you units, all that kind of good stuff. But I need your mojo. I need it. I need your mojo to send me good luck. Let's see here. Where is raid? Okay, should be up. All right, YouTube, I'm sending you over to the raid side. Say hi to me over there.